Wife material must be healed from all her childhood trauma. And this is very important. A lot of women are carrying pain in their hearts. And when you carry that pain into a marriage, you are going to give pain. And when you give pain, then there's going to be a problem. So if you've been hurt in your childhood years, get the counseling that's necessary, get the therapy that's necessary, get healed of the pain. So when you get into a relationship, you are healed. There is no pain, there's no hurt that you're bringing in. All you're bringing in is love. A heart that is available to be loved and available to give love. This is a critical condition that you must have in your heart, the ability to give love and to be loved. But if you have been hurt, and a lot of women too have a lot of daddy issues, daddy hurt, where a lot of father hurt, maybe in some other teaching, I'll get into it, where somewhere along the line they've been hurt by their father in particular because they are prone to father hurt. And when this is in them, when they come to get married, they are bringing in pain, which eventually will affect the marriage and break the marriage. So this is important stuff. It's that you want to know and tell others as well, where if you are carrying pain inside of you, hurt people. When you're hurt, you will hurt people, not because you want to hurt them, but it will just come out of you naturally, no matter how nice you think you are, because you're already hurt. So keep that in mind, that wife material has been healed from all early childhood trauma, and she's been healed of all father hurt as well. Okay, wife material is loving and caring. She is willing to serve joyfully. Serving is interesting. You can serve not joyfully, and you can serve joyfully. So here we're talking about serving joyfully and serving unreservedly. Sometimes if you're a kind of person who you measure what you do because you don't want to do too much, or you don't want to be taking advantage of everything, that doesn't work. It's unreserved. If you make the main thing is make sure that you chose a man who loves you the same way. So you're both not reserved in your loving each other, in your serving each other. It is very, very important. Okay? Wife material must be respectful, unconditionally respectful to her husband to be. Yes, respect is important. And respect goes both ways. Everybody needs respect. And the man that you're going to follow, he needs your respect. He needs your respect demonstrated. So don't hold back. Be very respectful. Wife material understands her role as partner and lover. So you are a lover and a partner. You're not trying to manipulate him. You're not trying to control him. You're not, wife material always remembers that this is a love relationship. So in all expressions, I don't come out like an enemy or a competitor. Because sometimes what happens with people, some women, is that after a while, you start like competing with the man, or maybe because of some offense, he's now an enemy, but you're in a relationship. But it seems now like you are now in a relationship with your enemy or married to your enemy. And that is now the way you are responding to each other and to him. Wife material knows that this person I am with, it's a love relationship. Under any circumstances, it remains a love relationship. I am a friend to this person. I am a partner to this person. Wife material understands that there is a God-given order in marriage. And this is true. Because we're in a world where people are woke and women are like, I can't follow no man. I can't follow anybody. I can't take instructions. And, submission, my gosh, I will not submit to a man. Never. And that is wrong. That is wrong. You are expected to submit to the man. You're expected to respect the man. But the key here is this. You're expected also to choose a man who loves you enough to be submitted to. If you're submitted to a man who loves you, who himself is following Jesus, how can he hurt you? How can he take advantage of you? How can he treat you bad? It's impossible. So the issue is not being rebellious and say, well, I will not submit to any man. I will not, respect the man. The key here is that I will make sure that I choose a man who loves me so much that I know that when I submit to him, all he will do to me is love and just comfort me and build me up and just be an asset to my life, So wife material understands that in marriage, you will follow the man. He will lead you, and you are his partner, but he's the managing partner. So he's not like your boss or anything. You are partners, okay? But even in partnership, there's a managing partner. So the man is the managing partner, and if he does not qualify to be your managing partner, do not follow him. Do not marry him. As a woman, you are looking for a leader husband, a man who has the capacity to lead you in love comfortably. And if he can't do that, don't follow him. Very simple. So the power you have as a woman is the power of choice. You choose the man that you follow. By the grace of God, nobody is forcing a man on you. So if you choose the right man, then you will be okay. Okay. So wife material does not compete for leadership with her husband. She knows how to advise and direct without taking over or letting her husband look inept or incompetent. Like the fact that you are not the leader does not mean you cannot advise the leader. Does not mean that you cannot, direct the leader. Does not mean that you cannot suggest to the leader, but you can't take over the leadership. And this is where sometimes, people get it wrong, where wife material understands this, that this man is going to lead me. And in fact, before I decide to follow him, I want to know where he's going. So if I know he's going somewhere good, his vision can encompass mine, then I will follow him, because now I am now confident that as I follow him, I am going to where I want to be. So I'm not fighting him for direction, because I already know the direction that he's going. It's very important. And people don't talk enough. For some reason, women are afraid to talk to men. It's really interesting. Where if I ask on this platform now, what question do you have on your heart that you have not asked your boyfriend or your man? That question is bothering you. You want to know, where is this relationship going? What's the plan for the future? When are we getting married? How many kids are we going to have? When are you going to tell your mother about me or whatever? You have those questions, but you have not asked. And somehow you are hoping either somehow the answer will just jump up out at you or something, or maybe he'll say something. No, don't do that. Whatever question is on your mind, ask the man. I mean, he's a man, he's not a god. Whatever it is, just ask him. And most times too, you're afraid that maybe he could get annoyed, upset, and break off with you. If a question you ask him will cause him to break off with you, then you shouldn't be with him. So seriously speaking, you should be able to be confident enough to talk to the man, get resolution, get clarity, define the relationship, do whatever, and then you move forward. And if that upsets him and he runs, then he was never your person. Don't try to make it happen at all costs. That's not the way relationships work. Just don't. So ask the questions. Wife material will always ask questions. Okay. Wife material does not make her man look inept or incompetent. Sometimes that happens. I mean, you're so intelligent. Your memory is so great. You're so tidy. You're so whatever. And then the next thing, you're making him look inept, like, it's just not okay, not up to standard, or you're trying to shame him. Don't do that. That's not your purpose in his life. People must always understand one thing. In relationships, you've got to always keep it at the forefront of your mind, your purpose in this person's life. You're there to be a blessing to them, to be an asset in their lives, and to help build them up so their life is better. So at any point in time, when you realize that actually what I'm doing is causing them pain or discomfort, is shaming them, what I'm doing is bringing them down or giving them doubt in their minds as to their ability to do whatever, then you must understand that this is not my purpose in this person's life. Enough that you stop it. And you've got to be very self-aware, both male and female, especially wife material, where at any point in time, you've got to know that, well, am I fulfilling my purpose in this man's life? And if I'm causing him pain and problems, then I think I shouldn't be here. Let me find a person who I can build up and bless. And if there's no man that you can bless, then there's a problem with you. Is that good? Did we hear that? Yes. Wife material is very honest and transparent. Trust is major in marriage. You can't be wife material and then, you're just doing things that don't allow your man to trust you. You say you're somewhere, you're not there. You say you're home, but you're out. You know, you're doing all sorts of things. You're hiding your phone. You're doing many, many things. That's not wife material. You know, you've got to be honest and you've got to be transparent, and you've got to communicate. The other thing to wife material, you must communicate all your expectations. There's a rule in marriage. There should be no unspoken expectations. It's a rule. If you enter a marriage and you have many unspoken expectations, your marriage will have problems. Yes, there will be problems. And the man you're with will be completely stressed out because he's trying to read your mind and you expect to read my mind. Like I've heard a lady say, well, I mean, who wouldn't know that? But you weren't there when he was raised. Maybe his mother never told him. So if you don't tell him, he may not know. And if you just feel like, who could not know that, you've already shamed him or abused him or called him stupid because you're thinking, well, everybody should know this, but he doesn't know it. So don't do that. If you have an expectation, no matter how small, of the man, you must let him know. Now, if after you've told him he doesn't do it, then that's a problem. Do you just get that? But then you told him. So there should be no unspoken expectations in marriage. I know this. Marriage works by wisdom, by knowledge, and there are principles. There are principles, and if you know these principles, you adhere to them, you'll be blessed. And anytime you live a life where you're violating the principles, you will pay the price, and that's not what you want. Okay? So wife material is honest, transparent, communicates all her expectations. Wife material is good with money. There's nothing like having a woman who is good with money. Most men would like to just let the woman handle the finances because men tend to be very big picture minded, focused on vision. And when it comes to like managing the money, they would love their wives to have the ability to manage it. And many women are really good at managing money. But there are women who cannot manage money. If you give them your money, it will be spent in like 2 minutes. It's just be gone. So, yes, wife material is good with money. She should be a good saver. Most men enjoy this. There are many times when you spend all your money, you are the one earning money. You're giving your wife everything. And one day you're broke and you're surprised how much your wife is able to loan you of the money that she has saved, from the money she got from you. It blows our minds as men, like, wow, this man is something, and she's a blessing. So, wife material, she knows how to save, knows how to stretch money. She's prudent and wise with money. Wife material works with you when cash is tight. Like a good wife material, like see, in this life, especially when you're just growing, you're not always buoyant all of the time. So when you have a woman who, when the money is tight, she works with you and things still go smoothly. That is good wife material. Okay. Wife material is trustworthy. Trust is very important. She's industrious. She's able to adapt to different situations comfortably. That's very important. The ability to adapt, especially when you marry young, situations change. And sometimes you've got to tighten your belts because you need to do whatever you need to do so that the future can be bright. Now, if you're married to a woman who can't do that and forces you to always extend yourself financially, it will slow down your growth in life. So a good wife material is able to just work with you when things are tight. Wife material is hardworking, and it's good for a woman to know how to cook. Not all women know how to cook, but it is good for a woman to know how to cook. She's kind of just like when a man comes home and you got home before, it is such a nice thing that you were able to figure something out and there's food, when it comes. And it would be nice too if you could do the same. But for you not to be able to cook at all, it's actually it's not a plus. Let's just say it like that. And these days, there's so many cooking courses on YouTube. If anybody doesn't know how to cook, it's just because you don't want to learn. Because if it's the ability to learn, you can actually learn how to cook good African food, European food, international food on YouTube, and it's for free. So there's not an excuse now that my parents didn't teach me. You can actually get on YouTube and teach yourself and be functional, at least when it comes to the kitchen. Okay? So good. And quite frank, it's just a blessing to know how to cook and cook for your husband. Most men, if you give them, most husbands, you should give them good sex, good food, and peace. They will be with you for life. They will not go anywhere. And women have to understand that. Don't come in there fighting and trying to just prove your point And don't come there not caring, not comforting, starving the man. Don't come there doing that, because it just will not work. Sooner or later, there will be a problem. Are we good? Wife material is compassionate. She treats people well, not just her man, but everybody well. She serves with joy. She can be serious. She can be playful. She has a good sense of humor. Wife material is not angry, doesn't get angry quickly. You know, there's some people, they get angry quickly. They stay angry for long. You know, the words that come from their mouth cut you and cause you pain, or just disgrace, or just feel you bad. No honor at all. That's not good. Wife material doesn't get angry quickly. She lets things go quickly. Wife material is not abusive. She's not manipulative. She makes requests, but does not make demands. And this is important. Many people don't understand the difference between a request and a demand. If you're wife material, you're not making demands. Nobody wants to be demanded on. So you're making requests. You're giving advice, you're directing, but you're not making demands. Demands stress relationships. And sometimes, you know, you see a person, like a woman, would do that, just make a lot of demands and keep demanding and think this relationship is going to be nice and enjoyable for everybody. No, if you're demanding, and even if you're getting what you demand, the person who you're demanding from is not enjoying it as much as he could. Because if you advised or you suggested and they did it from their heart, they would enjoy doing it. But when you're doing it because they're being forced to do it, it's just not the same. Okay? Wife material honors her husband's family and tries her best to love them as much as she can. And this is true. That in-laws are an issue. Some, not all. Because you've got in-laws who are trying to hold on to their son, and they just don't like you no matter what you do. But wife material will continue to honor them, will continue to see to their welfare, continue to encourage their son to take care of them. What will shock you the most is a lot of men don't take care of their parents. And to clarify, a good wife is a wife who reminds him to send them money, reminds him to take care of them, and just connects them together. And whether they appreciate it or not, realize that this thing you're doing will build your relationship with your husband, and build it to the next level. Our wife material always has time for her husband's needs. You know, there are times when I've seen women who is like, your husband needs something and you don't care about getting it for him. Then especially your husband, you know, I guess this is for when you're married. He needs sex. Something that he can't get from anywhere else legally. You're the only one on the planet Earth that can give it to him. And you don't give it to him for days, weeks, months, and you don't care. That is very bad wife material. So know that a wife must have time for husband's needs, food and sex. And most men, their major need is food, sex, and peace. So try your best to make sure that they get enough of these things, you know, and communication as well. Okay. And that is so important. Wife material always has time for husband's needs. His spiritual needs. Wife material takes care of her husband's spiritual needs. You pray for him, his emotional needs. You be a safe place where he can open up to you his fears and his desires. Many men are afraid to open up to you really and let you know what their fears are and exactly, you know, where they are emotionally. So wife material is so peaceful, is so agreeable to the point where the man is able to open up and start to tell her exactly how he feels, his fears, and his emotions. This is very important that wife material must be able to do this, okay? A wife material must have time for husband's physical needs. Yes, any woman that can hold her husband down in the areas of food and sex and communication will never have any serious problems with him. Wife material will always involve her husband in her thought process. This is one thing. There are times when women will think things through, make a decision, move on it, and then tell the man and wants him to approve and carry on. But the issue is you never really did bring the idea to him in the beginning, which meant that you did not care for his approval, you did not care for his involvement, and you just went and you just did the things you need to do, and now you want him to jump on board. Some men will jump on board, but some will not. So wife material understands that when you have an idea to do something that is substantial, from the moment you have the idea, you tell that the man you're with, and together you build it up to the point of implementation. So that way he was carried along and he's involved in it, and things are moving fine. So this is something that wife material must know and do intentionally. Okay, so which means wife material involves her man in her decision making. Okay, she involves him in the process, and also on some issues you've got to give him the ability to say no, just to show that you respect him and his view on the issue. Where there are times when you carry people along without any option of them pulling out or not coming along. So don't do that. Always give the man an opportunity to say no, especially if you're an aggressive and the man is the passive aggressive. If you're dealing with a passive aggressive man, there's certain things you've got to know. If not, you're going to end up treating him in a way that he will claim that you are disrespectful, and you will never know exactly why he's saying that you're disrespectful, but it's because your personalities are clashing. I see this many times, and most of the times the couples have no idea what's going on. They just know that they're quarreling, things aren't working. The man is saying she's disrespectful, and she can't see how she could be ever disrespectful to him. But then it's because their personalities are clashing. Okay? Wife material must know how to pray. A praying woman is a good wife. You know, a woman who is positioned to be an intercessor for the family, for him and for the family. That is a plus. So if you're building yourself into wife material, increase your ability to pray. That ability to pray for yourself and pray for your man and pray for your future together. It is very, very important that a woman, that wife material is spiritually active and able to pray. Okay. Wife material is a helper assisting her husband in his divine assignment. So, it's good that you have your own vision. It's good that you want to do things that you want to do, but wife material understands that she is going to be helping her man to achieve the vision, which includes hers as well. I said that in the beginning, that yes, you have to talk enough with your man that he knows your vision and he reworks his vision to include yours. So as you help him in his vision, you are actually helping him build your vision as well.